Hey y'all, it's Andrea here at VW Family Farm. Welcome back. Today I wanted to just talk to you for a second. I don't think this video is going to be super long, but it's just a rainy, nasty day here. Not a lot of farm work going on, but I'm doing some things inside and I wanted to share them with you guys in case it's something that you could benefit from. So let's say you want microgreens throughout the winter, but you don't want to do the whole messing with potting soil and watering and all those kinds of things that go with it, even though that's a great method and probably one of my favorite methods. But there is an easier way also. They both have their pros and cons, but I want to show you this jar. I'm doing this right now and I just thought, you know what? Maybe some of you might benefit from this too. You don't need a yard, you don't even need a balcony. All you need is a window to use this method. So this is a jar, this is by the Now Food Company, and I'm gonna link y'all one from Amazon down below to make it easier to find, but it's just simply called a sprouting jar. I picked this up years ago in a health food store, and it's really simple. So all you do, surprisingly, a few days ago, I just put 2 tablespoons of tiny seeds in here. That's not a lot. And then you let them soak for a while. It's gonna depend on what type of seeds you have. And this jar is gonna come with instructions. And also your seeds usually come with instructions. So I put a mixture of seeds in here. It was called a salad blend. And I may link that down below for you too, because you can get that online. And then you just soak it for 6 to 8 hours, drain that water off, and then you just start rinsing this a couple times a day. You want to keep it in a dark, like pantry or something. You don't want these getting light when they're sprouting. It's just like any other seed. They like the dark to germinate and sprout. Okay, but here's what's great about this jar. It comes with this screen, and it's a tiny little screen. So even though my seeds are really tiny, because certain types of sprouting seeds are very small, they don't go through it. So you can rinse right in this jar, swirl it around, and drain it out couple times a day. And then depending on what type of seed you're using is how many days you're going to let them sprout in the dark before you set them. Here's where the window comes in, next to a window in indirect sunlight, and then they'll start turning green and producing the chlorophyll, which is going to give them the classic green shoots coming off of them, which is super good for you. Okay, now why wouldn't everyone just use this method and not the soil method? Well, there's a couple things. As these continue to sprout and fill this jar, you have to shake them up and you have to keep them from forming. They'll want to form like just a big, huge clump. And that's not really a good thing, because then they can get really slimy and yucky in the middle, but you don't want to let them get just all clumped together and nasty looking in the middle. So that's a little more difficult in this jar because they're going to keep sprouting and like basically filling this jar up. But other than that, that's the only downfall I have seen to this jar. It's super easy and it's really pretty cheap. Mine was a kit. It came with some seeds and instructions. So it was really an inexpensive way to sprout, and it's just so easy to do in the winter. The soil method, that will produce you a lot more microgreens than this jar will. But you do have to have the trays, and you have to have the soil, and then you have to water them in there and all that. So it's a little more involved. It's definitely not hard, and it just takes usually minutes a day. It's easy as well. But I would just say both methods are great. I like them both. So just pick one and get to sprouting, because this is the perfect time of year to sprout. And then you can toss these things on sandwiches. You can toss them, you can fry some eggs and pile some on top. You can saute them a little bit. They will shrink up a little bit if you saute them, but there's all kinds of ways to use them, and they're really good. You can just eat a few for a snack, whatever you choose. So this has not been going long enough to set out in the open where it'll start getting sunlight. I'm still keeping this in the cabinet for a couple more days. Like I said, that's all going to be based on what seeds you're sprouting, and usually those seeds will come with lots of instructions on how many days and hours and all that kind of stuff. So don't be intimidated. Most things you buy for sprouting come with step-by-step instructions, and anyone can do it, I promise you. The other thing I wanted to mention today is so stinking exciting to me, I just cannot even tell you. I've told y'all before, this is my #1 favorite cookbook about traditional cooking. This is the book that got me into sprouting, sourdough, traditional raising of animals and raw milk and all kinds of things. This is the book. Anyone who's into traditional cooking pretty much has heard of this book. Most people have it. It's a treasure. Well, I just saw this morning and I about fell out that Sally Fallon, who is the author of this book along with Mary Enoch, is gonna be at the 2020 HOA. I cannot hardly stand it. We have not even fully committed to going yet, just because we were kind of holding off because it's so far away. But I called Ben and I said, the speakers they already have lined up, we just about have to go. It's gonna be so amazing. Eustace Conway from Mountain Bend, the History Channel show. Back when we did watch TV, that was the kind of TV we watched. People living kind of like we're living now. So he's gonna be there. He's super awesome. All the work he's done on his Turtle Island Preserve, y'all should look him up. He's a really cool guy. He's gonna be there, and I just cannot even stand it. I said, Sally Fallon is gonna be there, to Ben, and his response was, I don't know who that is. Because he's the researcher, he implements the things outside, like getting the animal pens and all that built, and I help him with those, but he's not much into the cooking. He's into the traditional eating. He loves all the things I fix, but so I explained to him and he was like, wow, that's pretty huge. So I'm also gonna drop y'all a link below because HOA tickets are going on sale, a Black Friday sale, and that's gonna be your best bet for getting the best price on HOA tickets. So if you're like me and you were kind of on the fence about going or not, you don't know, go ahead and jump on that Black Friday sale, save yourself some money, and it's gonna be a blast. It was like the granddaddy of them all. Of course, we want you to come to the shindig, but you could come to the shindig in the spring and the HOA in the fall. That would just be a great plan, don't you think? Anyway, I just wanted to share those couple things with y'all. That's all I got today on this dreary, rainy, late fall day. And I will see you guys later. God bless.